Good morning, everyone. So, today I'll be talking about marketing trends. Just an intro about me. So, I'm pursuing a doctorate from Cal University, and also I'm an engineering leader in one of the financial firm. So, let's dive into that. So, as we talk about marketing trends, let's understand why we need to understand about marketing trends. So when we see many of the top companies or entrepreneurs or many startups, right? So what is the reason for the failure? What is the number one reason for the failure? It's because the companies they do not understand the market need. So the 42 percentage of the failure is because of that the companies don't understand the marketing insights. So, in that case, it is very crucial to understand the market. And to do that, we need to do the market research. So, if we want to do a market research and understand the market, we need to use the right tools to understand the market. Otherwise, it can create either not enough data or it can create more erroneous data. So it's important to understand the trends so that we can use appropriate tools, methodologies, and we can achieve the market research. Okay, let's get started. So, what are the emerging approaches to the market research? So, generally in market research, there is a quantitative and qualitative, right? So, what is quantitative research? So, quantitative research is more of a statistical analysis or more of a quantitative measurement of how many users are interested in these kind of a products, right? So, more about mathematical numbers about interest and features, etc., right? And qualitative research is more about the user's attitude, their feeling, their motivation. So it's more about their nature, right? So generally, previously, people use more of a quantitative research. But however, the market is changing. There is more use of qualitative research, and that gives the deeper insights into how can we understand the customer better, so that we can use the appropriate tools and appropriate products we can give it to customers. So when we look at quantitative, there are three main tools which now lead in the market. So online surveys, primarily it's used 98 percentage of the time, and then mobile surveys 88 percentage, and then online communities 72 percentage. How can we similarly achieve qualitative market research? So we can do that by in-person focus groups. And that's the one which is a leading across all global regions, which is 88 percentage. And then in-person individuals, which is 81 percentage. And then finally, online communities. There are many more other market research methods can be applied, but these are the top three. And for example, the in-person focus groups, in that case, you will have a group of members you will be interviewing. There is a good process around that. But primarily, it is not just an individual person. There will be a group where you will be constantly discussing, reviewing, and then based on their inputs, the market research and finally the outputs will be generated. So, as we apply this quantitative and qualitative market research, what are the various methods or tools which is applied in today's world? So, primary things, for example, so the social media analytics, for example, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, right? So, there is various analytics can be generated from the users' how the users use the thing and what's the view on various different products or what are they interested in, etc. And the second is again mobile first survey. So nowadays it's more and more towards people are more and more moving towards mobile compared to mails or in person, etc. And the third is text analytics. So text analytics, what is text analytics? It's not just a yes or no question a person can answer, but in addition to that, so it's analytics on the natural language. So primarily, if anybody is talking in natural language, you can analyze that text and understand the feeling and interpret the in-depth meaning. So one thing is common across all this, right? So it is primarily the market is moving towards they want a quality things. So quality is more important compared to speed and cost. So to do this, new emerging market researchers or tools for the market researchers. So what are the skills needed for the market researchers? The first one is the market is changing pretty fast, so they should be able to adapt. And then there is a lot of data everywhere, and the researchers need should be able to analyze the data. So they should need to have data analytics and data science skills. And then once they derive insights, they should be able to communicate and discuss with the customers and also able to visualize that and tell a story based on the visualization. And above all of this, one fundamental thing is the user should also, the market researcher should also have a good sales and business knowledge so that he can understand from the users and what is the thing. Even though there is so much of data, there is so much of research, but if you don't connect that to your business or your sales, you cannot derive value out of it. So these are some of the skills, again, not all skills, these are some of the skills which is needed for the market researchers. So what are the various challenges in this market trends? Yes, we saw that the market trend is moving towards more social analytics and also mobile first. So what is that? What this poses challenge? The one is bias, right? So, for example, because it's more moving towards tech savvy audiences. For example, social media, right, or mobile, right, and it also focuses on middle class and higher class. So, primarily, it ignores some segment of customers totally. So, it's not representative of the entire population. So that's a first issue. The second is privacy. So as you know, there are a lot of issues going around. So in social media, there are so much amount of data and there is no privacy. And the second is, in addition to no privacy, there is an unintended use of users' data, for example. So that can be eventually used for other analysis or other vendors. So the data, your personal data is being not just used in that particular platform, but also it's being shared with other vendors, other suppliers, etc. So your this is violating the security. For example, in recent Facebook, there are so many issues, and then similarly, there is a Zoom video call which had a main security issue, right? So these all the trends poses the challenge. The third is the variations. So what is that variation? So the variation is there is no one size fits all, right? So primarily, even though we do have different marketing trends, but every region behaves differently. So every geographic region behaves differently. People are different, their interests are different, how their lifestyles are different. So that is another issue. So it's not like we can use those tools, the top tools, and then achieve everything. The fourth is the brand customer relationship. So the customers now they primarily focus on quality and again transparency. So those are the four different challenges these trends are posing, right? So how do we change this one of these change into the a challenge into an opportunity? So for example, in our case, we can take the variations. So today there is variations in the marketing trends. So it's a challenge. So how can we change that into an opportunity? So as we saw, there are top four, which is mobile first survey, social media analytics, text analytics, and also mobile quantitative. Those are some of the top four marketing research tools. But if we need to understand the market deeper and much more better, so we need to understand the demographic segmentation, right? And also how the industry, in that particular industry, how the users are behaving and how the suppliers are behaving. For example, in Europe, the applied neuroscience growth rate is 3x, and eye tracking based marketing research has grown 41%. However, in North America or APAC, it's not used that much. Similarly, in APAC, the behavioral economic models are much more relevant, and micro surveys are much more relevant compared to North America. So there are different kinds of marketing research tools are effective in different demographic regions. Similarly, when we talk about quantitative and qualitative, in qualitative perspective, APAC uses more face-to-face focus groups compared to North America. And even in quantitative, North America uses less offline methods, such as, for example, mail or CAPI, whereas the Asia uses more some of the offline methods as well. So the first thing is we need to understand the pattern, right? So based on the demographic, understand the pattern of what tools can play a major role. The second is when you are doing the market research, select a particular region and apply the marketing research on that region, right? Rather than doing everything across, do it from every specific demographic perspective, and then decide the combination. So once you select a specific demographic and then decide the combination in that demographic, what are the things combination we can, what are the different methodologies we can apply. So once you decide the combination, for example, it could be a combination of mobile first surveys and then some of the neuroscience, applied neuroscience in case of Europe, right? So you decide the combination of marketing research tools and then apply it. So once you apply it, what the advantage you get it as a deeper insights. So that is much more relevant, and you will be able to understand the customer much more better than applying generic marketing research tools. So thus we get better understanding about customers. So the last, we used the Green Book's grid report. So for understanding some of the marketing trends. So how did this help actually in my project proposal? So my project proposal is based on global travel adventure, right? So where if I know how to do marketing research on that global travel adventure, I need to balance the quantitative and quantitative research. So this grid report helped me to understand which quantitative and which qualitative method I can look at it, and what should be the combination of qualitative and quantitative. And also, it's not just we can just focus on quantitative, it may be easier to achieve, but it is also very important to combine the qualitative as well. The third is also this report helped me to understand some of the marketing research partners. So there are many marketing research, different categories of marketing research partners available. So not necessarily everything can be done. You need to do everything by yourself. Rather, you can rely on these partners, and you will be able to get much more outputs. Especially about the market with the less expensive, with the cost effective. The fourth is apply appropriate demographic marketing research trends. As I mentioned, my proposal is a global travel adventure. So if it is global, I need to understand the different demographics. So when we have to understand the different demographic, this report helped me to understand how can we in that particular selected demographic, how can we get a deeper insight, right? So and I can apply those specific marketing research trends and tools or methods to get deeper insights. So this has helped me in understanding the trends, and overall it is beneficial to understand this and make my proposal, it can make my proposal progress further. Thank you so much.